Hi students, how are you? I hope that you are doing fine. Today we are going to start with the second chapter, that is the polynomial. Before starting the chapter, if you are seeing this video for the first time, please subscribe to it and share it amongst your friends. I will be uploading more videos and I have already uploaded many videos in this channel. So let us start with a beautiful quotation from mathematics, that is, without mathematics nothing you can do. Everything around you is mathematics, everything around you is numbers. These are the words of Shakuntala Devi. Now what is a polynomial? Poly means many. Nomial means times. That means polynomial is a branch of mathematics which is dealing with many terms of an equation. Have you heard anything related to poly? Any other words in mathematics? Yes, polygon. What is polygon? Poly means many, gon means sides. That means it is dealing with many sides. Polygon with many sides. You must have seen this picture. Hexagon. So polygon means there are many sides are there. Polynomial means there are many terms are there. Now let us see what is a polynomial. 8x squared minus 5x plus 6 is the polynomial. There are three terms. The degree of a polynomial, as far as the definition is concerned, it is the highest power of p of x. So normally we call any polynomial in this form p of x. So let there be another example, 7x to the power of 4 5s cube plus 2s square plus 7 is equal to 0. The highest power is 4. So this is the polynomial of degree 4. Now let us see what is a linear polynomial. If the power is 1, that means if it is 7x plus 4 is equal to 0, this is a linear polynomial. A polynomial with a degree 2 is known as a quadratic polynomial. A polynomial with a degree 3 is known as a cubic polynomial. Now let us see what is the meaning of a zero of a polynomial. Zero of a polynomial is also known as roots of a polynomial. Let us take an example, 7x minus 14 is equal to 0. So 7x will be 14, x is equal to 14 by 7, that is equal to 2. That means if we put the value of x is equal to 2 in this equation, in this linear polynomial, we will get 7 into 2 minus 14 is equal to 0. 14 minus 14 is equal to 0. That means it is that value of that variable which makes that equation 0. So in this equation, x can take only one value, because only when x is equal to 2, this equation will become 0. That is why it is known as a zero of a polynomial. So if a linear equation will have only one zeros, a quadratic equation, if the power is 7x squared plus 14x plus 6 is equal to 0, the degree is 2, so it will have 2 zeros. If the degree is 3, it will have 3 zeros. Now let us understand the meaning of zeros to the graph. Now, suppose if there is a graph which is a linear one, if it is cutting the x-axis at one point, it will have 1 zeros. For a quadratic equation, if the graph is like this, it is cutting at 2 points, so it will have 2 zeros. The zeros means the number of points at which it cuts the x-axis. If it is cutting only at one point, it will have only 1 zeros. If it is cutting at 2 points, it will have 2 zeros. So let us do the exercise, then it will be clear to you. Let us do the first question. So here the graph is given. Now you can see this is the linear polynomial. So it is not touching the x-axis. Now let us take the second one. In this question, now you can see this is the graph. This is cutting the x-axis only at one point. So the number of zeros in this case is only 1, since it is cutting only at one point. Now let us take the question number 3. Now you can see this graph. Now this is cutting the x-axis at 3 points, one at here, second here and third here. So this graph will have 3 zeros because it is intersecting the x-axis at 3 points. Now let us take a question number 4. Now you can see in this parabola, this is cutting the x-axis only at 2 points, 1 and 2. So the number of zeros is 2 as the graph intersects the x-axis at 2 points. Now let us take question number 4. Now in this question you can see this graph is cutting the x-axis at 4 points, 1, 2, 3 and 4 points. Therefore the number of zeros is 4, since it is cutting the x-axis at 4 points. Now let us take the last question, that is question number 6. Now you can see this is touching here. It is not cutting but just touching it. Now it is touching at how many points? 1, 2 and 3. At 1 point it is crossing, at 2 points it is just touching. Therefore it will have 3 zeros. Now let us see the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of a quadratic equation. Now we know that a, b and c, they are the coefficients. A is the coefficient of a square, b is the coefficient of x, c is a constant. Now let alpha and beta are the Greek words, are the roots of this quadratic equation. Then their sum, alpha plus beta, will be minus b by a. That means the sum of the roots will be minus b by a, where b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of s square. And let their product alpha into beta will be c by a. What is c? C is the constant divided by the coefficient of s square. In some cases you will be given the sum of the roots and the product of the roots. Then you will be told to make a quadratic equation. In that case the general formula is s squared minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta is equal to 0. That means s squared minus sum of the roots into x and plus product of the roots. This will be the general formula. Now let us do exercise 2.2. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. Now let us do the first question, that is s squared minus 2x minus 8. Now we have to split the middle term. So s squared minus 4x plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. That means when we add two numbers we should get minus 2, when we multiply we should get minus 8. So minus 4x plus 2x is minus 2x, and when we multiply these two we will get minus 8. Here we can take x outside, what is left? X minus 4. From here we can take 2 outside, it will be x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore x minus 4 is common in both the cases. So we can take out x minus 4 also outside. What is left is x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now the product of two numbers is 0. That means one of them has to be 0. Then only it will be 0. Like if it is 5 into 4 is equal to 0, either 5 should be 0 or 4 should be 0. Then only the product will be 0. Similarly, if x minus 4 into s plus 4 is equal to 0, either s minus 4 should be 0 or s plus 2 should be 0. Therefore, if x minus 4 is 0, then x is equal to 4. If s plus 2 is equal to 0, x will be minus 2. That means x is equal to 4 and x is equal to minus 2 are the zeros of this equation. So we got the values of x, that is x is equal to 4 and x is equal to minus 2. Why we are getting two roots? Because it is a quadratic equation with the degree 2. It will have two roots. That means when we substitute the values x is equal to 4 in this equation, it will be 0. Let us try. 4 square is 16. This is minus 8, minus 8. So 16 minus 16 is equal to 0. When we substitute x is equal to minus 2, we will get the same answer. Now let us see when x is equal to minus 2. Minus 2 square is 4. So this will become plus 4. This is minus 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. That is the meaning or the concept of G. We have to verify the sum of the roots. So sum of the roots. So sum of the roots is equal to 4 plus minus 2 is equal to 2. And what is the product of the roots? That is 4 into minus 2 is equal to minus 8. Let us verify it. We know that the sum of the roots, that is alpha plus beta, is minus b by a. What is b? That is minus 2. Minus of minus 2 is plus 2 divided by 1, that is 2. Alpha into beta is c by a. What is c here? Minus 8 divided by 1, that is minus 8. Now let us check it. Sum of the roots is 2 here. Alpha plus beta is also 2. Product of the roots is minus 8. Here alpha into beta is minus 8. Hence it is verified. Now let us do question number 2. That is 4s squared minus 4s plus 1. Now you have seen in this equation, the variable is s. Normally we take x, y, p, q and other things. You can take any variable. It is not a hard and fast rule that you take only x. Normally we take x or y. You can take s also. Now this equation, is it of some form? You have studied a minus b the whole square is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b square. Now here this expression is in this form, that is 2s minus 1 the square. What is it? 4s square minus 4s plus 1. So we can write this is equal to 2s minus 1 the whole square. That means 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1 is equal to 0. The product of two numbers is 0. Therefore, one of them has to be 0. So if 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, s is equal to 1 by 2. So it has got two values, x is equal to 1 by 2 and x is equal to 1 by 2. You can verify alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. You will get the same answer. Now let us do question number 3. 6s squared minus 3 minus 7. So let us rearrange it. 6s squared minus 7x minus 3. Now how to split the middle term? Let us go by the prime factorization method. Now 6 is a prime composite number, so it can be termed as 2 into 3. 3 itself is a prime number. So we will take the highest values, that is 9. So we can take 9 and 2. That we can split the middle term in terms of 9 and 2. How? 9 minus 2 is 7. So we got the middle term. Now the sign. Here minus 7 is there. Therefore the bigger number has to be minus. So we can take it 6x squared minus 9x plus 2x minus 3. Now this middle term, that is minus 7, we have taken into minus 9x plus 2x. Now we can take 3x as common. So what is left is 2x minus 3 plus here 2x minus 3 is already there. Therefore we can take out 2x minus 3 outside. What is left is 3x plus 1. That is equal to 0. That means the product of two numbers is 0. Therefore one of them has to be 0. So 2x minus 3, if we are taking it as 0, therefore 2x is equal to 3, x is equal to 3 by 2. If 3x minus 1 is equal to 0, 3x will be minus 1, x is equal to minus 1 by 3. So this quadratic equation has two roots, two zeros, x is equal to 3 by 2 and x is equal to minus 1 by 3. Now we got two roots. Now you add these two roots, alpha plus beta. You will and check it with minus b by a. You multiply these two roots, alpha into beta, and check it. You will get the same answer. Now let us do question number 4. 4u squared plus 8u. Here the variable is u. Normally we take x or y, you can take any variable, that is not a problem. Now here what is common here? 2u is common. So we can take 2u outside. What is left? 2u plus 4 is equal to 0. So either 2u should be 0. That if 2u is equal to 0, u will be equal to 0. If 2u plus 4 is equal to 0, 2u will be minus 4. U is equal to minus 4 by 2, that is equal to minus 2. That means this quadratic equation has two roots, either u is equal to 0 or u is equal to minus 2. Sum of the roots 0 plus minus 2, that is equal to minus 2. Product of the roots 0 into minus 2, that will be 0. Now check it with the equation. Sum of the roots, that is alpha plus beta, that is minus b by a. Alpha into beta, that is c by a. You will get the same answer. Now the next question is r square minus 15. So this is in the form of a square minus b square, isn't it? So that is r minus root 15. That is r square minus root 15 square. So that what is the value of a squared minus b squared? A plus b into a minus b. So similarly, r square minus root 15, this can be written as r plus root 15 into r minus root 15. Now if this is 0, one of them has to be 0. Therefore r plus root 15 is 0. Therefore r will be minus root 15. If this is 0, r is root 15. So the zeros of this polynomial, that is r is equal to minus root 15 and r is equal to plus root 15. Now you add this and multiply this and verify with alpha into beta and alpha plus beta. So the sum of the zeros will be 0. That is also as per the equation is concerned, alpha plus beta, that is minus b by a, that is coefficient of t divided by coefficient of r square, and product of the root, that is root 15 into minus root 15, that is equal to 15. So the constant term divided by coefficient of a square. Now let us do the sixth question, that is 3a squared minus x minus 4. Now how to split the middle term, that is minus x? So it can be written as 3x minus 4x, so that we get something common out here and something common out here. So we can take 3x as common. So what is left is x plus 1. So here we can take minus 4 as common. What is left is x plus 1. So x plus 1 is common in both the cases. So x plus 1 can be taken outside. So what is left is 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. So if the product of two numbers is 0, therefore one of them has to be 0. If x plus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1. If 3x minus 4 is equal to 0, 3x will be 4, x is equal to 4 by 3. Let us do question number 2. In this case, we have to find out the quadratic polynomial. We have given the sum and the product of the zeros. Now in the first case, it is 1 by 4 and 1. So the sum of the zeros is 1 by 4 and the product of the zeros is 1. So we have to find out the quadratic polynomial. It can be done in two ways. Whichever is easy for you, you take it. Now we know that when the sum and the product is given, s squared minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the root. I will show in both the cases, whichever is easier for you, you take it in that way. Now 1 by 4 and 1 by 4 is the sum and this is the product. Now s squared minus 1 by 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now 4 is there. You multiply each and every time with the 4. You will get 4 square minus x plus 4 is equal to 0. And the second method is you find out the values of a, b and c. How? Let us see. Alpha plus beta, it is minus b by a. What is given alpha? That is 1 by 4. Alpha into beta is c by a, that is 1. This can be written as 4 by 4. Therefore a is 4 in both the cases. So we got the values of a is equal to 4. Now what about b? B is minus 1. And what about c? C is 4. Therefore the equation will be 4x square minus x plus 4 is equal to 0. So in both the cases we get the same equation. Now it is up to you. Either you can make use of this formula, that is s squared minus sum of the root into x plus product of the root is equal to 0. You just substitute and eliminate the denominator. Now here we can do it by finding out the values of a, b and c, and we can substitute in a square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Whichever is easier for you, you take it. So question number 2, the sum of the root is root 2 and the product is 1 by 3. We will do it in both the cases. So we know that s squared minus sum of the root is root 2x plus product of the root is equal to 0. We have to eliminate the denominator here, multiply the numerator with the 3. So it will be 3s square minus 3 root 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now let us do it with finding out a, b and c. Sum of the root, that is alpha plus beta, is equal to minus b by a, that is equal to root 2. Sum of the root is minus b by a is equal to root 2. And product of the root is c by a, that is equal to 1 by 3. Now you see, here a is 1, here a is 3. We have to make it the same. So if we multiply this equation, the numerator and denominator with 3, we will get, if we multiply, it will be 3 root 2 divided by 3. Why are we doing it? So that in both the cases we get the same value of a. Here a is 3, here is also a is 3. So we can take it a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 3 root 2 and c is equal to 1. Now the equation is a square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. A is 3, 3s square minus 3 root 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. In both the cases, you get the same answer. Now let us do question number 3. The sum of the root is 0 and the product is root 5. So alpha plus beta is 0, that is minus b by a. Alpha into beta is root 5, that is c by a. Here you can see that the denominator a is equal to 1 in both the cases. Therefore a is 1, b is 0 and c is root 5. Therefore the quadratic polynomial is a squared plus root 5, because there is no term of x. B is 0. Now let us do question number 4. The sum of the root is 1 and the product is 1. So alpha plus beta is minus b by a is 1 by 1, and alpha into beta is c by a is 1 by 1. Now you can clearly make out if a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1 and c is 1. Therefore the equation will be a square minus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Let us do question number 5. If the sum of the roots is minus 1 by 4 and the product is 1 by 4. So alpha into beta is minus b by a, that is minus 1 by 4. Alpha into beta is c by a, that is 1 by 4. You can see in both the cases a is 4, a is 4 here, a is 4 here. Therefore a is equal to 4, b is equal to, here minus b is equal to minus 1, therefore b is equal to 1, c is equal to 1. Therefore our polynomial will be 4s square plus x plus 1 equal to. Now let us do question number 6. The sum of the zeros is 4 and the product is 1, that is alpha plus beta is minus b by a, that is 4 by 1, and alpha into beta is 1 is c by a, that is 1 by 1. Here you can see that a is 1, a is 1, so a is equal to 1. What about b? Minus b is 4, therefore b is equal to minus 4. C is 1, therefore the polynomial will be a square minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0, because we are substituting the values of a, b, and so we have come to the end of this section. Today we have studied what is the meaning of a zero. Zero means it is that value of that variable which makes that equation 0. If we substitute that value of 0 in that equation will become 0. Then we studied about the relationship between the coefficients and the zeros. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a, alpha into beta is c by a. Then we have studied how to make a quadratic equation when the sum and the products of the zeros are given. There are two ways of doing it. We can substitute in a squared minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zero, or we can find out the values of a, b and c and substitute in a square plus bx plus c is equal to